Hello, everybody. Welcome to Thursday night's Messages of Love from Above. As always, super excited to see what messages come through from Spirit. Before we get into the readings, I do enjoy sending love out to the world. So if you'd like to join me and do that and help multiply it, whether you're watching this live or on replay, we can join together outside of space and time and send that love out to the world. So I'm going to take a big deep breath and just come back to right here, right now. And just let that love from above flow into our hearts, knowing that we are unconditionally loved. We are unconditional love. Filling up, we overflow out to the world, knowing the world is made of unconditional love. We need to circle the globe in a giant bubble of that love without condition, allowing it to do what it is to do to spark human hearts to our higher vibrational love. And if you yourself are in need of love tonight for your heart, your mind, your body, for a loved one, a relationship, a situation, whatever it may be, we send love to that as well, to you. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that and allowing the space to do that. Before we get into the readings, a couple quick announcements that I like to make. Let everyone know here is a link to a video. I have a drawing every Monday to give away a personal recorded reading. This Monday, I'll be giving away a 1-hour personal recorded reading. If you check out that video, it tells you how to get into that. Also, there's a announcement in there about a monthly giveaway, so be sure to check that out as well. Also, Spring, which is formerly Teespring, which is where I have some merchandise through, they sent out a notification that they're giving 25% off, which doesn't impact me at all, as far as like they don't take, we get a certain, portion of the sell of it, but they're taking the 25% off their side. So if you're interested in checking that out, that's my little link to my merchandise page. So I wanted to make sure to pass that savings on to any of you that are interested. And also, we had the Libra full moon late last night. So it's still impacting us. If you want to see how you can use that full moon Libra energy and check out the pick a card. That is the link to that pick a card. And also, I can't believe we're almost a week into April already. Just swishing by. Here's the playlist for the monthly readings for each individual zodiac sign. So you can check those out as well if you feel so inclined. All right. Those are the ones I wanted to share there. So let me go ahead and get my desktop all set up here and we'll get into the readings. If you are new to my channel or new to these readings, how we handle the free readings, I do go down in order, first come, first serve, down the chat. There's no special list or anything like that. The chat is the list. So I just go down in order. And if you don't want to put your business out there, I totally understand. You can just ask for a general reading. Spirit knows what you're looking for, and so they will, of course, answer. I don't need to know. The Spirit knows. I do honor donations. It's an energy exchange. And so when I receive a donation, I do step outside of the free readings to complete those. I do dive deeper into those. And once I'm done, I step back in order and continue moving down the list for the free readings. Usually on for about 2 hours, hour and a half, 2 hours, depending. And so I do get through quite a few free readings. How to make a donation. You can use the super chat at the bottom of the chat. YouTube does take about a third of that for administration fees. But if you want to make a donation another way, I do have Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and Square. It's all listed in the pinned comment at the top of the chat, as well as the description box of the video. I don't look for a specific dollar amount. I know everyone has different abilities to give different amounts at different times in their life. So whatever you give is the perfect amount. I know that you're given what you're able to, and I do honor that. And that's how that works. I think that's everything. I think so. All right. Well, I am going to, for this session, I'm going to use these beautiful Santa Muerta tarot. I love these. It's the Book of the Dead, but it's the connection to spirit, and I have a few different oracle that we may also check out. So I do have one donation. Thank you so much, Spring, for the donation, and we will dive into your reading here first. And there you go. Just some cards for the moment. Absolutely. Thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. So let's take a look here and see what does Spirit want for you for the moment. Okay. Those and those. And that one. Wow. Cards are flying out of the deck here. Okay. So let's check these out and see what we've got going on here. All right. So the first two cards that came up here, you've got the World card and the King of Swords. And they're so perfect together because the World is about ending of major cycles and moving on into the Full card, which is without restriction, without expectations. It's a journey that doesn't have a lot of the supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and things limiting it. Well, the King of Swords rules over all those roles and supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos. And with this Ace of Swords, they're able to connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm, which allows them to cut away those small T truths, those former restrictions. So you are definitely peeling away these fears of losing conditional love, really freeing yourself from these supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts that have, that tend to hold us back. And I like these. They're going to be around these two cards here because you've got two number fives, which are numbers of change. And so these are the areas of life that it's impacting you. The first is the Five of Pentacles, which is like this movement from feelings of abandonment and lack and, fears of being left behind or out in the cold. And it is this movement of, instead of looking at humans bringing us what we need in each moment, it really is this connection to the spirit world, knowing that my sustenance, what I need in each moment, is going to come from source, from the creator, from mother and father of all things, whatever you believe your higher power to be. Humans can be the shipping company that bring it to us, but where this realization, the transformation that happens, goes from us depending on man, which is very unstable. These human characters we have, when they go into fear, they will pull the rug right out from underneath you for self-survival, right? But the spirit world will never do that. And so we have this new trust that's being built around finances, around lack, around what we'll need in each moment. We're trusting and building the relationship with spirit that we're going to be receiving it from them. In the Five of Wands, Wands is our drive, our ambition, our passion, our inspiration. And this is a transformation of our energy where it moves from feelings of fear, like things are about to, with the matches in the matchbox. But instead of conflict and feelings of fear, it transforms into emotions and energy that's more related to love. So, this change, this movement of energy is definitely coming in here. Um, and you have the 10 of Wands here too, which is all about, well, beautiful transformation. I love the reds in here. But the 10 of Wands is a has a duality to it here. Move my candle a little bit so I don't burn myself. Um, and it is abundance, it's harvest, but also it's about where am I investing all my energy? And, you know, things are coming to fruition in some areas, which clear up um, the need to invest energy in those areas anymore. So it's like 10 wands is 10 cups that you're filling with a pitcher, and you only can fill up so much of each cup. And now you're like, well, I don't need this cup anymore, that cup anymore, or that cup, or that cup, or that cup, or that cup. And you're getting it down from trying to fill 10 cups to filling like 3 cups. And then you're able to fill all of those, even overflow some of those cups, and you're not extending energy into things that you don't need to be investing your energy into. So I really like that for you. And they also want one of these, the Lantern Oracle. So let's take a look here and see. What else do they want you to know about this energy? I feel like it's focusing in on that area. All right. Renewal, regeneration begins with decay. Yeah. So here we go. Regeneration begins with decay. Letting things go, and then you regenerate, right? So this is that energy there. I love that. Just try to, I want to zoom in for some reason. I just feel like you need to see it. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There it goes. Look at that. Oh, because there's a, is that a bluebird of happiness on their shoulder? Let's take a look here and see what that's about. So, when the foundation of our life cracks, or the identity we understand ourselves through collapses, it can take some time to clear out the wreckage. It can take even longer to build a new vision and begin constructing our lives' new direction going forward from it. Internally, we must first undergo a radical shift in thinking and feeling. It is so radical that once it is fully processed, it has the power to reconfigure who we are in ways that enhance and restore our vitality. The gestation period can be challenging and at times bring us to our knees. And like the snake, we go through the pain of shedding the skin of our past and growing beyond our former life. It can hurt beyond belief to grieve over all that we need to let go of. Just 6 years, especially if we are still heavily attached to or over identified with what was and who we understood ourselves to be. The feelings of loss can be so overwhelming that it feels like death. And this is because it is, metaphorically. The many non literal deaths we experience throughout life are for releasing whatever has come to an end. The nature of our continual evolution requires us to rid ourselves of all the debris in allowing for the new. If something has left or ceased to be in our life, we're asked by our spirit self to trust that it is necessary for our highest growth. If we truly need what is lost, we will, in essence, but not necessarily form, find it eventually returned in an improved state. And if not, what is now genuinely right and necessary for us will come in due course. Nonetheless, the shock of what is not the same and painfully missed can continue to shatter and devastate us until we fully comprehend and re-stabilize from what has ended and is no more. To proceed with the unanticipated is all that remains in our power to do. And this often requires a level of maturity and acceptance that we need to develop. Patience is a virtue that it behooves us to have with ourselves throughout these dark periods. Like winter turns to spring overnight, we too awake one morning with the energy to continue and with the incredible lightness of renewal. Big girl pants. I love spring. Renewal takes the time that it takes. Nature will not be rushed. However, your spirit self will eventually awaken and shine through you. The featured guardian has shown up to remind you that renewal opens you further into all that you are. And it is time to surrender something of who you believe you are to experience how much more of you there is to be explored and enjoyed. Long term, it is much more arduous and painful to remain stuck and limited because you have refused to fully shed and leave behind the dead skin of your past. Ew. The challenging process of regeneration is all about expanding into your new beginning. Embrace the next chapter of your life and let it be the best one so far. The Guardian's message for you: renewal reconciles every ending to its new beginning. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Yeah, that 10 of Wands, it's so in line with that. That's endings and new beginnings. The snake, the dragon. I like it. Perfect and beautiful. I love that for you. And here we go. The new beginning, right? The 10 of Wands is ending of where you invest in your energy, and then this new place. So I like it. I do. Yeah, so good. I really like it. And that is what they have for you, Spring. So thank you again so much for your donation, and I'm excited to see this new beginning. That's right. Blessings to a new beginning. I agree. You are very welcome, Spring. All right. And so we will jump and begin the free readings. And LA, you are up next. You wanted to know, does Stephen S. actually have any intention of going forward with the trial date that was set? Or was he just testing your lawyer's bluff? Let's take a look here. See what's going on here. With the star card here and the Ace of Swords, I feel truth here. This is higher truth cutting away, um, you know, small t truths. And the star card is about balance, is about bringing things to, into alignment. So I feel like this feels like truth to me. It doesn't feel like shenanigans to me. So I feel like their intentions are to go forward to the trial date. They weren't testing the lawyer's bluff. It feels like very much, Aquarian energy here, which is standing for truth, justice in the American way or whatever. But, I feel like the sword of truth here. So I don't feel like there was any shenanigans with that, LA. So that is what they have for you. So many blessings for you. Hang in there. I know that's a fun situation that you're going through there. So 10 years. Wow. Wow. Yeah, that is crazy. 10 years. Well, I think, didn't we ask him, like, when is it going to happen? It's so, like, when the lawsuit is solved within your mind and within your heart. It's like when you surrender it and let it go, and work through that within you. That's like the Ace of Swords is about, cutting away the fears and seeing things from the higher perspective. So it's like releasing, um, you know, um, attachment to it, any fears around it, and whatever energy focusing on it, switching it to a different direction. Because the star card too is the star is our higher self. So it's about stepping up, seeing it from a higher perspective, seeing it from a place of unconditional love, the higher realms. And then if you have any attachment to an outcome with it, releasing it allows it to be released in a way. So hang in there, LA. All right, Sterling, you are up next. You want to know what are KL's next actions towards you? All right, let's see what we got here. Wow. Well, so both of these cards have similar energies to it. They're both swords, which are thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and attitudes and expectations. The Four of Swords is about putting expectations to rest, which is like a release of expectations, as well as the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is a transformational ending and new beginning around expectations, thoughts, and beliefs. So their next actions, it just feels like they are releasing all the supposed to's and shoulds and need to's, the small t truths that are the fears of losing conditional love. And I feel like they are trying to just let go of any of the rules they have around relationships and attachment to the results, and that this is who I'm supposed to be in a relationship, and this is who you or the other person is supposed to be in a relationship, and this is what a relationship is supposed to be and should be and need to be and have to be and must be. All this stuff that's poured into our heads over our life, right? And both of those cards are about seeing things from a higher perspective and cutting away the fears to just allow things to be and to be in the moment, celebrate who each other are instead of focusing on where we're falling short. Because that's what happens when we have all those expectations. No one can live up to this long list of expectations because a lot of them are even contradictory, because we have all this information poured into our little child brains and throughout time that are telling us this is who someone's supposed to be. And sometimes it's like, well, they're supposed to be serious but funny, but also crazy but sane, but also this but that. It's like there's so many things that no one, not any of us, can live up to our own expectations, much less everyone else's expectations, since we don't know what's in underneath the hood of everyone's head. So I feel like there's this freedom that's coming here, and I'm not sure how this release is coming about. Whether it's just, they're just like, I'm going to just go with the flow and be with what is, or they're running away from all expectations and going through a midlife crisis and they're headed off somewhere. However it is, there's this release from feeling like there's these expectations that need to be done. Yeah. And again, Five of Swords, more, it's the conflict and the transformation of conflict of expectations. So somewhere there's some conflict in between that pops up all the time about what individuals are expecting. So that's what they have for you right now, Sterling. So many blessings to you. You can't release your money. Well, you can, but you don't want to, right? That's the thing, LA, right? We're still making a choice. And it's like, if I can just release and go, you know what? You don't have to necessarily release your money, but you just release the story and the emotions and the energy you're investing in it, and you're changing it from fear to gratitude, right? I think we talked about that already. So I won't bore you with that again. So Felicia, hello. You like a general reading, so let's take a look here and see what is going on, what the spirit wants you to know right now. Okay. All right. Yeah, you do have some movement here. I really like this. Oh my gosh, yeah. So you've got two major arcana, which, sorry for the glare there. There we go. Well, a little better. But so you have the Devil card, which is all about, sword suit, thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and attitudes and expectations. And this is, the Devil always, brings to our face and rattles our cage so we can see all of the thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that do keep us restricted and, feeling restricted and bound and blinded. And also the Justice card with their giant Ace of Swords is all about, the scales here and balancing the scales between the, small t truths, those fears of losing conditional love, all these, fears that keep us restricted. It's all the balancing here. So all three of the cards here, the Eight of Swords is this movement of thought and belief, and that we're realizing what of our own thoughts and our own beliefs and our own mindsets that we've been having for a very long time have been making us feel that way. And that it's not the outside world that keeps us in the cage. We're the ones that formulated the cage, and we're the ones that can dismantle the cage. And we don't even have to dismantle the cage because there's not even a door on it behind us. We just see the cage in front of us. But if we turned around, we'd be like, there's not even a wall there. It's just a three walled cage. And there's not even a fourth wall there. And we can just turn around and walk out of it. And I like this for you. So you really are coming to wonderful awarenesses around fears of the past that have kept you restricted in a variety of different areas, and you're moving forward. And I feel like this is a message from Spirit just to let you know that you are progressing, even though sometimes I know it feels like we aren't, because we move in spirals. We're walking up a spiral staircase. We're not linear. And so we start off like here and we end up here, it's a plexiglass or clear building we're walking up, and we can see out and it almost looks like the same scenery. We're like, it feels like the same, but we're a floor up. And then we go up another floor and it feels similar, but we're another floor up. We keep moving up and up and up. And whenever if we're able to go back and go, where was I 4 years ago? We can see we were 4 floors or more down. We're like, oh yeah, it is completely different. I'm seeing the tops of the trees instead of the trunks of the trees because I'm seeing it from up above as I'm making my way up, right? So I like that for you, Felicia. So that's what they have for you right now. Many, many blessings to you. I like it. Yes, yes, yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. My pleasure. All right. So, Christy, you'll be the next free reading. I do have a donation. Hey, Lightworker, thank you so much. What's up, your fiend? It's so funny. I still crack up about that. So, what does Spirit have for you, my friendly fiend? All right. Let's take a look here and see. What does Spirit have for you? All right, let's see what we have. All right, wow. You've got a lot of movement here. So you have the King of Wands coming in here, which I really like for you. This is, it can represent your higher self, because it's the highest energy that you can achieve, which is connecting to your higher self. And they're even pointing, to your higher self, which I really like this here. I feel like because the next two sets of cards you got here have the Knight of Cups, which is movement of emotion, and the Seven of Cups, which normally represents like emotional confusion. But I don't feel it. I feel like you just are making movement on certain emotions that you've been experiencing. And it's almost like you're taking them off the shelf and rearranging them, seeing what you want to keep, what you don't want to keep, and checking the ingredients on it. Checking, they're saying you're checking the expiration date on some old emotions and you're moving them. You're like, okay, done. Psh, this is expired. Throw that one away. Oh, this one's still good. I like that one. And it's like it's almost like this is like a refrigerator. And you're checking the stuff, that's in the refrigerator. So it's the emotions that you're really reflecting on and seeing what the expiration dates on them are, um, which makes sense. And I mean, you have the Knight of Wands too. That's why I said there's less movement, excuse me, of both emotion, but of your energies too. And I feel like that's what's happening here. You have the King of Wands, you have the Knight of Wands. So you're really getting a grasp of of the emotions that no longer serve. It's like you're cleaning out and bringing up a lot of subconscious emotions that had been there in the past, and you're moving in, and there's movement definitely here with all this, because in addition to all of that, you also have the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles shows you've been doing the work, the blood, the sweat, the tears, right? To whatever area of your life, whether it's relationships or work, or like I said, emotions, or whatever it is that you've been working on. This represents that you're ready for this movement again from, things can't stay the same, whatever area this is that you've been working in. Like if it's a relationship, the relationship has to go up or out. If it's a job, it has to go up, or you have to, you'll be leaving it. Um, but it's all for you. It's all progression. It's all a step up. So that would mean that it's always, and everything is always for us, but it feels like it's for you. And it's like, wow, I feel like I'm moving from an apprentice to a master. And this is the kind of energy that's coming in here. I like this. It's like, if you've ever seen the videos on, yeah, of like these people who go and they tear down beaver dams, or like they've built stuff that have clogged things, and they move away these sticks and stuff, and all of a sudden whoosh, the water just breaks and it starts flowing. Or people clean up these flooded drainage ditches, and all of a sudden all the water just flows. That's the kind of feeling that I'm getting with all of this, is that there's been some significant removal of things that just are having this fresh, beautiful emotional flow and energetic flow into your life. And we have the King of Pentacles as your final card, which is one, they really can grasp the looking at their worth in relationship to the outside world in a completely different way. And of course, it's abundance. It's really, they understand the outside world so much. And Eight of Pentacles, right? Moving from, apprentice to master or king. So I feel like there's this significant feeling of taking power over of your energy and your emotions, but it's also, of course, rolling out into the outside world. And so it's allowing you to make these decisions and these changes and um, movement in different ways in the outside world as well. So I like it for you, light worker. That's what they're saying, is just like, yep, this is all you. You've been doing the work. Like you said, you've been doing the blood, the sweat, the tears. Yeah, exactly. And so it is definitely manifesting. It's definitely, it takes time. We change from the inside out, not the outside in. So all the stuff that you've been working on the inside is flooding out into the outside world, and now you're able to see it happening and feel it and see the impact. So I feel like it's like a giant high five from your spiritual posse going, you did it, smack, pow. So high five to you. And that's what they have for you right now, light worker. I like it. And again, thank you so much for your donation. You're welcome, my fiend. I'm so glad you have a great sense of humor. All right. So, Christy, you were up next for the next free reading. And you'd like an ancestral message. Let's see what they have for you here. I like to laugh. I like to laugh. Wow. So you have three major arcana coming in here. You've got the Devil card, you have the Empress, and you have the Hanged Man. So you definitely, I feel like you've been. I almost want to do it this way, because I feel like you've been working on this. The devil card shakes and rattles our thoughts and our beliefs and our mindsets. They allow us to do the work. It's Saturn energy where we do the work, we remove things, we challenge our belief systems, and then we move forward. We see things from this higher perspective. We cut away the small t truths that we had before, those fears in the past, and I feel like you're emerging from all of this. I feel like this period of patience and timing, like a cocoon. I feel like you've been doing this for a while, and the new birth is coming here. The Empress is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, taking care of you, but also new birth and harvest. And, the challenges us, they also have the reward, and this reward is what's unfolding here. And with it being three major arcana, of course, are significant changes in our life. It's not like little things. It's not like going to a different chapter in a book. It's like going to book two or to a new series. It's like a significant change that's happening in your life, and your ancestors are letting you know. Again, some of the stuff that you were cutting away are some ancestral stuff that's come down from generation to generation. And so they're glad that you are a chain breaker and you're breaking some of the chains of stuff that was passed down over and over again. And with you stepping up and doing that, you're also impacting other people in your family tree. But you're also impacting other trees in the orchard, because people are seeing you change. And because of that, and because of your courage and your tenacity to change, to think that you could be a chain breaker and you do it, they're like, well, dang, I want to do it too. And so you're encouraging people to break chains and to make some changes in their life too. So I like that. So your ancestors are smiling big and proud for how you're changing, and changing the generations to come as well. So I like that for you, and many blessings to you, Christy. Yeah. Too funny. Very good. All right. CC Lindsay, you are up next. So, what does Ken want with you currently? All right. Let's take a look here. Two cards came flying out. So, we have the Knight of Swords, which is movement of communication, movement of thought and belief and mindset. All knights are on a quest for seeing things from a different perspective, changing things. And so I feel like their mind, which is what this is all about, that they're just going through this change of expectations, the change on how they're looking at things. We got the Strength card coming in here too, which does represent our higher self and our human self, in that at some point in our lives we do face this realization that the outside world doesn't feel stable to us. People change, they pass away, they walk away, situations never stay the same. Things break down, deteriorate, blow up, burn down, stolen. All that out there is unstable, and we're taught to that stuff's supposed to fulfill us and take away this thirst that we have, but it never does. It makes us even more thirsty. Well, eventually we turn inward and upward to our higher self, and I feel like this is what's going on with them. I almost feel like they're at this place where they just feel like nothing in their life is fulfilling them, and that they are like, the phrase that's coming into my mind, like what's zipping around their head, is there's got to be more. There's got to be more. They're just like, is this? It's just like they keep on saying, there's got to be more, because nothing's filling me up, and I feel like they're turning inward and upward. This is where that pursuit of higher truth, of seeing things from a different perspective, seeing things from a higher perspective. So it almost feels like they're on the verge of an awakening and enlightenment in a way. And I kind of feel like they don't know what they want, because they feel like everything in the outside world is not really stacking up for them. and they're not sure. They're just kind of in this quandary, and I don't feel like they want to have movement in any area of their life because they're just feeling like I feel like it's not taking me anywhere because I feel empty on the inside. And so they're investing a lot of their energy and movement internally and mentally, not so much in the outside world. So I feel like, Mike, if you're feeling like, what is going on? I don't understand. It's like he doesn't even know what he wants. It's right. He doesn't even know what he wants because everything that he's wanted before just feels empty to him. And that's the design of this life. The outside world cannot give us what we're looking for, because what we're looking for is the unconditional love we find in our heart, inward and upward. That's what that strength card is. Our human self joining with our higher self. And then we see the whole world is above and beyond extra instead of lacking and not fulfilling. We're full, and then it's like, wow, this is great. Now everything is abundance instead of lack. So that's kind of what's going on inside of Lindsay. So I know what is happening, but that's what's going on. So many blessings to you. All right. And thank you so much, Felicia. I appreciate you mentioning about hitting the like button, because it's a great reminder for me, because I get so caught up in the readings. I forget to thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up. It's a small thing, it's free, but it does help the channel grow, and it does help YouTube share the videos with other people. So it's your way of being part of the love tsunami, one of the ways. And so I just want to say a big thank you for all of you that do that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Felicia. All right. So next up, we've got Sagittarius 21. And you want to know what your Aquarius's true feelings and intentions are towards you currently. I know, whenever you ask that, I'm like, oh, you're brave. What's going on inside that Sagittarius? Let's take a look here. So that's feelings, and these are intentions. So feelings, of course, it's swords, because that's our reminder that Aquarians are air signs. I'm an Aquarian, and so they're always thinking and contemplating, what do I feel? Do I want to feel? What's going on? And it's like, feelings don't happen in the head, but Aquarians are very compartmentalized with feelings. They're water bearers. They carry water, which is emotions, in jars, and those jars, which we have converted to Tupperware because it seals good, they're kept in a nice little cabinet and even a refrigerated unit within our heart, so that we keep our emotions fresh. You just have to sometimes ask for them. But these, this is that they're trying to figure out what their feelings and intentions are. Because also the Seven of Cups, which represents emotional confusion. This is funny, though. This is like the compartment where they're storing their emotions. And so that just reiterated, it gives you a visual. It's like, yep, they're emotions. They have emotions. They're just not sure what they want to do with them yet. But we have the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is normally an abundance, an overflowing feeling in the outside life, which I do feel for the Aquarian. It feels like they are focused in on their outside world right now, too. And I feel like that's what they're going back and forth with, is they're trying to save the world and trying to find this solid foundation in the outside world. And they're looking to have this abundance of the outside world. So I just feel like they are really consumed with their thinking right now. Thinking, thinking, thinking. What do they want to do? But they're for sure have this plan on what they want to do and how they want their outside world organized around home and job and all this. And one of the little things of the outside world is relationship, but I feel like they have this very specific way that they want it to unfold, and all this foundation has to be in place before. It's almost like building a house. It's like a relationship comes later. first we have to clear the land, and then we have to put down the foundation, then we have to build the walls, and then we have to have this roof and electricity and the plumbing. Like a relationship is when you're moving in the furniture, and it's coming later in this type of plan that I'm seeing in their head. So I feel like they have emotions there, but I just feel like they are so focused on the outside world right now that it's like far down the list of moving on it first because of this, supposed to plan that they have on those. So that's what they have right now for you, Sagittarius 21. So I'm sorry. On behalf of all Aquarians, I apologize. All right. Hang in there. Much love to you. So I do have a donation that's coming in here. Oh, thank you so much, Renee. All right. So I will always, Victor, you'll be the next free reading coming up. But I'm going to step off here. And so Renee, we'll take a look here and see how are they viewing you work-wise. Okay, anything else? Well, okay. So we've got these two cards coming in here first, which is the moon, which is reflection, and then we have the Queen of Swords. So the moon card coming in here, whenever we ask how is someone else viewing us, this is a perfect card to come out because everyone is a mirror for each other, right? So like you are the water, this is them looking into the water. Well, this is what they see. When a monkey looks in a mirror, it sees a monkey. When a lioness looks into a mirror, she sees a lioness. So when we're looking at how are they viewing me, keep in mind that a lot of how they view themselves is being that's the glasses through which they're viewing, the window at which they're looking out, right? But the Queen of Swords here is balancing between heart and mind. And so they do see you as someone that has this balance between, intelligence and passion, like, it's like emotional intelligence and mental intelligence, that you have a good balance with that, which comes in. So I like it. I mean, there's this waiting here. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight, and the Hanged Man is about seeing things from a different perspective, but it's also about patience. Things are taking time to unfold there. I feel like you've got the Ten of Pentacles, which does talk about abundance and overflowingness and external, like the coin, right? So I feel like there's reward that is coming down the road. It's just taken a long time for it to unfold and to get there. I just feel like that there is this holdup here, and whenever that happens, of course, this is for us to really look at things, right? Because with the Queen of Swords, that's also, she connects with that Ace of Swords to the higher realms to see things from that higher perspective, like the Hanged Man. But she also can cut away her fears, these limiting thoughts and beliefs and mindsets we have around ourselves, or fear around job or whatever it is, that the fears are. It allows us to see and cut away those fears. And the waiting period that happens is generally for us to do that reflection, which you also have the moon coming in for you. So it's also allowing things to bubble up from the surface so that you can see, how do you see you? How are you viewing your work? How are you viewing yourself? So in your they're kind of, your spiritual posse's kind of flipping the question on you and going, look in your mirror. What are you seeing when you look at them? When you look at work, when you look at yourself, what are you seeing? Because that's what you can do something about. You can't do something about what others think of us, because they have a long history of these eyeglasses they're looking through, and you can't take them off, you can't adjust them. They're going to see you through their eyes, and there's nothing you can do. We can make it easier or harder for people to choose fearful thoughts or unconditionally loving thoughts by putting out love or fear. But that's the only thing that we do. We can't change what people are thinking, right? So that's what they have for you. Hopefully that helps. You're like, a lot of clarity. No, not really, but that's what they have for you. So again, thank you for your donation. Hopefully that was brought clarity to your situation, at least around your concerns, or whatever is going through your brilliant mind, right? All right. So back to the free readings. Always Victory. You are up next, and you want to know, are you on the right track with the new writing project? So is this writing project what you're currently doing it, how you're doing it? Is it for your highest good? Any advice? If not, yeah, I thought so. Okay. Yep. So you have the Six of Wands, which is about victory, on the right path. It's being seen. So this would be a thumbs up from Spirit that you are on the right track with this. And the advice is the Seven of Pentacles is, it takes time for the fruit to grow on the fruit tree. So have patience as the process unfolds. The Lovers card here is about emotional choice, and that, just enjoy the process, enjoy the journey, because every moment is an emotional choice, step by step. Are we going to focus on what we're grateful for, and focus on what we do want to draw in and unconditional love? That it's an emotional choice. Or we can choose fear. Neither is right, neither is wrong, but one's restricting and small. The other is expansive and empowering. And so as you're going through the waiting period here, as things unfold, um, it's like their advice to you is try to focus as much as you can on gratitude in each moment, and not fears, because that will allow you to move forward, and you'll have that connects you to the creativity when you're in that energy and that higher vibration of unconditional love and joy and laughter and all that gratitude. That's where creativity comes in. Mental block comes in when we're in fear. And so if you feel a mental block, just check your why, readjust your energy, and things will flow. So I like it for you, and that's what they have for you. Always Victory. So many blessings to you. You are very welcome. All right. So Dijona Sturgis, you're up next. So what can you heal? Right. So let's take a look here. What advice does Spirit have that you could? There's no shoulds on the other side. It's all about choices, and all our choices have different outcomes. And so we can ask them, what could we do? What's for our highest experience? What can we, work on with that? Let's take a look here. Okay. All right. Yeah. So we've got the Two of Cups, which is about, approaches to love here. We've got the Sun, and we've got the Ace of Swords. The Sun is like Leo energy. It's about diving deep into our subconscious and our unconscious. To really, with the Ace of Swords allows us to connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm, allows us to cut away some old thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. And so, there's some pain, there's some beliefs around worthiness, that are in the subconscious, that this is talking about, that you can visit and to transform and to remove, to free up, So this is about lovability, and it doesn't necessarily have to be around romantic relationships. It's just relationships in general that, you can look back at some old feelings of abandonment, some old feelings of lack, because they're showing me the Five of Pentacles in my head, the Six of Pentacles, which is like the codependency awareness card, which those are tied together. Of course, they come right after one another too, but there's, who did we feel we had to overgive to receive a little bit back? Because this is impacting our relationships now. An out of balance giving and receiving, like you feel you have to give 1,000 love coins to get one love coin back. That has to go back to like usually 7 years old and younger, right? Where whoever it was, usually our parents are good suspects for that because they're, trying to do the best they can, with having children and trying to establish everything. They don't have a whole lot of extra time, and that's when we develop our rate of emotional exchange. And so bringing these things to the consciousness, bringing them here, allows you to adjust them and see how they were impacting you. So I feel like that's what they're having you look at right now, would be for your highest experience, because it'll free up things in a lot of different areas of your life. So that is what they have for you, Daijona. So many blessings to you. And Spiritual Gifts Diva, you are up next. So Rishikesh's feelings and next actions towards you. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know? Well, here's the Two of Cups. So this came flying back out again. I just put it back into the deck too. So, this is their balancing out of their thoughts and mind, their heart and their mind. Because the Queen of Swords, she rules over air, but all the queens are given a second portion, which is water, which is emotion. So she's the balancer of heart and mind. And I feel like this is what's going on here. They're trying to balance out their heart with what they want with their mind, which I feel is restricting their heart. And it's like it's not allowing them to get to their emotions. I feel like they're, have their heart in like a little cage, and the heart wants to express itself, but the mind, I just feel like they're very, very mental in that they overthink things, and so they keep their heart because they don't feel their heart is rational, and because it got them in trouble in the past, so they have to keep it caged now, and they're very, very um, hesitant in letting their heart out of their cage because they're not sure if their heart has learned its lesson, and that it tends to jump in over its head into things. And I feel like that because of the pain of the past, they really stay mental a lot, and they could even just be an air sign or have a lot of air in their birth chart, but they are holding back. They're trying to balance things out, but I feel like it's a very, very slow process. Like that heart is trying to get an equal, have an equal seat at the table, but right now it's like the mind has the rule over it. So that's what's going on right now with Spiritual Gifts Diva. So hang in there. Much love to you. All right. And next we have Silent Victory. And you'd like a general reading? Absolutely. Let's take a look here. Let's see what they have here for you. All right. Well, you do have this new energy that's headed your way here, this new passion, this new drive, this new excitement about life is coming in. You have the Justice card, which is the balancing out of things. And especially, I feel like check out, if you haven't, the Libra moon pick a card that I just put out yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Um, because I feel like there's some balancing energy that's coming in here. And, with this Ace of Swords, you're cutting away some old restricting and limiting beliefs that have held you back before. And now with that release, it's allowing you to leap forward. You have this energy returning back to you, or this energy flooding in that was being held back like a dam with some old limiting beliefs that you had about your worth and your abilities and lovability. But there is this you know, blowing up of the dam that allows this flood of energy to come in. Now you have this new passion, this new energy that was being used to keep things back, but now you're letting loose, and all that energy that you were using to maintain these thoughts, and it felt like they were protective things that were good. They helped you when you were a child and younger, but they were outdated and they needed to be removed. And so all the electricity you were using to mana didn't need to be used anymore, and you're getting all of that back. And you're able to readjust it and focus it in a different area of your life. So that's what I feel is coming through there for you. So many blessings to you, Silent Victory. Very good. All right. Up next, we've got Princess Pinky, and you'd like a general reading. Let's take a look here and see what does Spirit wants you to know right now. All right. So you've got the Three of Swords and you have the Ace of Pentacles. And the Three of Swords, of course, it's the heartbreak card, or the expectations equal disappointment. Here they have like the knives stabbing him in the back, and you're removing these. And this is what I feel is like there was some disappointments in the past, there was some pain, there was some heartache and heartbreak, but you've been doing shadow work, and you've been removing and facing some of these fears. And as these get removed from your back, it allows you to move into these new opportunities that will open up in the outside world. So continue to work on those, continue to face those, and see them for the lies that they were, that people's actions and people's words weren't about you. That was about them. It was about their fears. It was about them feeling unsafe, and they were trying to feel safe again. And so, when humans go into fear mode, we do stupid things. We do uncaring, unloving, and unintelligent things. And so when people stabbed you in the back, you hear figuratively, it was this like a little 2-year-old, when it wants to fight over a toy or feels unsafe, it kicks and says things that it doesn't really know what it's doing, just to try to feel safe again. And when you realize that, you're able just to take out some of these swords, and you're able to open your heart, and that allows these new opportunities to come into your life. It helps things flow here. So that is what's coming through here for you, Princess Pinky. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. All right. All right. And Mira, you are up next. So anything that you need to know. What does Spirit want you to know? That's a lot of cards. Let me reshuffle these real quick. I'll take a quick sip here. All right. So let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know right now, Mira? All right. Well, you do have a transformation that's coming here. You've got the Death and the Rebirth card here. And the Five of Pentacles is a transformational number. This has to do with the outside world and feelings of lack and of abandonment, being left behind, that kind of energy where you've been let down in the outside world before. But there's this rebirth, this ending, like you're really realizing that when people made choices and they may have pulled the rug out from underneath you in the past, that it was because they went into fear mode. They went into self-survival mode. And that's what happens when we're depending on humans to bring us what we need. We have every right to be scared, right? Because when the human goes into fear mode, we talk about that on this channel about, people go into, um, you know, self-preservation mode. And so if I feel scared and if I'm supporting you in some way, it's like we pull back all of our resources to ourselves because I need to survive. I can't support you anymore in whatever I was supporting you. And we're like, oh, I was depending on that. And we're like, okay, we realize human characters are not dependable because they can flip a switch and go into fear and they're gone. The person we have the agreement with is gone. We're talking to a cat mind, and they're looking at us going, nope, you know. And so this change that's happening here, this transformation, is that you're really seeing more so that it's source, creator, however you believe your higher power to be, is that brings you what you need in each moment. And usually more. They love us so much they want to give us more. But they're the ones that are bringing us what we need, not humans. Sometimes they'll ship it through a human to bring it to us, but they're just the shipping company. They're not the one providing it. And we can build this trusting relationship with source, with the higher power, that they're going to bring us what we need in each moment. And I can trust that. I can truly trust that. And I feel like this is a transformation that's happening. You're letting the old ways of depending on the outside world to depending on this inward upward relationship with a higher source. So that is what I feel they want you to know right now. This is what you're working on. This is what you're building, that trust, and and that you can trust it. So I do like that. So that is what they have for you. So many blessings. And Dollface Diva, you are up. So a general for the weekend. That's right. The weekend's coming up already. Zoom, zoom, zoom. All right. All right. Well, you've got a nice little release that's happening here. The devil card, when we get this is the shadow. This is the shaking, the removal of some thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that no longer serve. And the Eight of Cups is you're leaving behind emotions that no longer serve. So I feel like this weekend you do have kind of this aha type of energy of thoughts and beliefs that you're letting go, but then also relationships. I feel like with this Eight of Cups, there are some emotions that you're letting go that are related to thoughts that you're letting go. But I feel like also there's like this, now that these thoughts and these emotions are gone, those are what were keeping this person in your life because you had some strings with old emotions and old hurts and old thoughts and beliefs and some fears. And now that they're gone, you're like, well, nothing's holding you in my life anymore. Bye bye. And you're releasing them, right? And I like it. It's like this, it's refreshing, it's beautiful, it's freeing feeling. So I like that for you for this weekend. So I feel like you're really coming to some big conclusions, and I like that for you. So that is what they have for you. And Daisy, you'll be the next free reading coming up. I'm at my top of my first hour, so I like to let everyone know. First of all, thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up that you've given the video. It does help spread the Zen love, and thank you for being part of the love tsunami. So big thank you for that. I am usually on for about 2 hours, so I'll be on for about another hour. And for the free readings, I try to get through as many of them as I can. And just let everyone know too, if you're new to my channel to these readings, if you want your reading prioritized, I do honor donations as an energy exchange, and I do prioritize your reading. So I step outside of the free readings to complete those, and then I also go and dive deeper into those, and then I do the free readings. So that is how that works. You can make a donation using the super chat at the bottom. YouTube does take about a third of that. But if you want to make a donation by Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, or Square, All those are linked in the pinned comment at the top of the video and in the description box also of the video. All right, so that's been the public service announcement. So back to the regular scheduled program. And Daisy, so you want to know, what does Spirit want you to know about the next 2 weeks coming up? Congratulations. What? You got another A? Wow, I'm surprised. I'm not surprised. So congratulations. And you got your finals and projects. Wish you spiritual college luck. You're so funny. So let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know about the next 2 weeks? I like it. Yeah, I figured. So we have the Four of Cups, which is emotional stability. So it's like their message to you: just stay calm, do what you need to do to stay emotionally calm, because when you're emotionally stable, you access all the brilliant creativity of the higher realms, your energy, your intelligence, and everything else. So they're saying just keep focused on maintaining your emotional stability, doing your breathing, your meditation, whatever it is that brings you to a nice, calm place. Keep doing that. And you have the Magician card, which is them saying you have everything you need within you to make your dreams come true and to make yourself successful. So, you just want to be able to access it all by focusing your energy. Allow your energy to focus on gratitude, unconditional love, and joy and peace and laughter, and what you do want, not fearing things. Because when we fear, what happens? We grow that. If we fear something will leave our life, we'll repel it. If we fear something will come into our life, we'll draw it to us. And so we like fear. I don't need to focus on that, because that's not what you want. You're wanting the other. And so paying attention to where you're investing your energy is what's important. And that's what you do. You just continue to focus on gratitude for all the amazing grades and all the success that you've had, and focusing on your energy on remembering what you're studying and doing well and having the time, and then, of course, just raising your vibration to unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter just helps everything grow too. So that is what they have for you, Daisy. You will be fine. You will be fine. Just continue to keep that balance emotionally, right? So many blessings to you. I'm not worried about you at all. All right. Lovely, lovely. Hello, hello. And so, should you get the courts involved in elder daughter's care? All right. So we'll ask: is it for everyone's highest experience for you to get the courts involved in your elder daughter's care? Let's see what else. Anything else? Well, so you've got the Tower card is the card that came flying out, which the Tower card tells us that whatever, is removed out of our life is removed out of our life on purpose, for a purpose, and it makes room for new things, and clears our path to move forward. It's basically a message that whatever is unfolding unfolds for us, and to trust how things unfold. And the King of Swords here is about, they rule over air and they're given a second portion of air. So it really is about our thoughts and our beliefs. See things from a higher perspective, from the capital T truths, right? From the place of unconditional love, and allows us to cut away our fears of losing conditional love. And so I feel like changing the perspective of how you're looking at it does allow things to unfold differently. I don't feel like, the courts getting involved is for the highest experience. But again, I always have to say, here in the United States, tarot should not replace the advice and of legal, of course, individuals who are licensed, and or doctors, input and all that, and you have to make the decisions for yourself. course, tarot is designed for entertainment purposes only. So you can take all of this as you will with it, but that's kind of energy that I'm picking up here, is that it's more looking at things from a higher perspective, from a place of unconditional love and trusting that things will be moved in and out of your life on purpose, for a purpose, right? Um, so I feel like there's this change that's going to come here, but it is about trying to see things differently. It changes the energy of what's happening as well. Um, so that's what they have. Lovely, lovey. I know. But hang in there, sending lots and lots of love. And when in doubt, if you feel like you're feeling helpless in a situation, you can, like, your heart is probably aching for your daughter. And when that happens, this aching in our heart is our love energy trying to do something. And if we can't feel like we can't do something in the physical world, we can send that love to your daughter's higher self, and your daughter's higher self will use that love energy to transform things and to change things. And so you can do that, and that helps release this pressure in your heart. Like, it's like a garden hose that the spigot is on, but the nozzle's turned off, and it can feel the garden hose tightening and tightening and tightening, and you're like, oh my gosh, it's got to go somewhere. It's like, we can send it as a bubble of love, a stream, a lightning bolt, whatever you want to do. Picture just this love leaving your heart and going to her, circling the situation. And then I feel like you will see and feel this movement of things with that situation. So much love to you, lovely, lovely. Hang in there. Yeah, I definitely can understand that. It's can be exhausting, especially when you care for them so much, right? All right. So Mez P, you are up next, and you want to know, when will you meet your special person? You already have. It's you. I know. Let's take a look here. So what do you have for Mez P? All right. Yeah. So I do see here, we've got this change of energy that's happening. They have the Five of Cups, which, so why it's like there's this delay happening, because looking and transforming some of these emotions that you've had from the past, here's this transformational energy that they're looking at have happened. So while we're waiting, while there's this delay, they're saying that, the more you focus in on transforming these emotions that you had felt in the past, which there's nothing wrong with having, feeling lower vibrational emotions of fear and loss and disappointment. We come here to experience it. It's a giant amusement park full of fear rides, and we come down here to experience them. And so we do. But when we're ready to change that, you're at this point in your life where you're kind of sick and tired of doing what you always did and getting kind of relationships you've always got. And so there's this transformation that's happening first that will allow you then to move forward. And the more you work on that, the more you transform those emotions, it frees things up and allows things to move faster and allows them to come into your life sooner. There's this you know self-love is what I'm sorry, the screen froze for a second there. The more we work on our self-love and raise our vibration, that's what draws things in, because it's a win-win. The more we love ourselves, the more we open up the channels of being able to give and receive love, because we cannot give more love than to the extent we love ourselves, nor receive love from others more than to the extent we love ourselves. Because if I love myself that much, no matter how much love I want to pour out, it's only going to trickle out. And no matter how much love they want to give me, it's only going to trickle in. But when I expand my self love, that grows. And that's what this pause is happening here. And so once you have moved your self-love up enough where you're transforming and moving these old emotions that no longer serve the pain, the fear of losing love, those things, the more you're able to shine and be yourself and show yourself. And that's, you have the Six of Wands here, which then you'll be in this place um, where you're seen, where they see you like you're on a stage or you're up, shining bright in some, is it a wedding? Is it singing on stage? Is it teaching? Is it, somewhere where you're set apart, like, like a food server where, or like a bartender, how like they're separated from the crowd and everyone sees that person. I feel like they see you in that type of an atmosphere, somewhere where you're standing out after you've gone through this, these transformations, and that's how you guys meet. Is it's you're standing out in that way. So that is what they have for you right now, Ms. P. I know I wanted a date and a time and an hour, but it's all dependent upon how much you work on your self-love as far as the timing. So that is what they have for you. So many blessings to you. And Angelique, you are up next, and you like a love reading, and you're interested in a Taurus. Hello. All right, let's take a look here. See what do they have here about your Taurus. All right. So you have both the Ten of Swords and the Queen of Swords. So a lot of thinking going on here. Which is good. The Ten of Swords is like you're ready to let go of these expectations of how and who and that type of thing. You're interested in a Taurus, but they're like, this Queen of Swords balances heart and mind, and this Ace of Swords helps cut away all of these. Normally, there's like someone laying down with 10 swords in their back, which shows an exhaustion of trying to live up to all the roles around relationship that you've been given all your life, the supposed to and the should and the need to and the have to and the must. And this Ace of Swords that the Queen has allows her to cut away those as she sees things from a different perspective. The message comes through here for love, when we're given so many rules around love, it just really boxes in the creator and the universe when we're saying this is the how and everything, and so this is how it has to happen. And then the universe is like, well, that's on back order for 1,000 years, but there's all these things. If you'll cut away these fears, cut away these expectations, cut away these rules, it opens up things for us. And so that's what we look at. We look at releasing these fears of losing conditional love, these trying to control it, trying to control the outcome and the hows and even the who's, and releasing it. This is what the advice from Spirit is regarding love. And even for this Taurus, it's like release all the control around it, trust. That's the whole thing. We let go of all these controls because we can say to the universe, to the creator, your spiritual posse, whatever you believe your higher power is, I trust that you're going to bring me the perfect person in the perfect timing, in the perfect way. I'm letting go. And then watch miracles happen. It's letting go. I know it's like, well, I got to pry away my fingers off of those expectations. No, I'm going to let go of control. It's like, okay, I got one hand off. Now I have to pry the other hand off, right? But that's what they have for you right now, Angelique. So hang in there. Many blessings to you. All right. All right. Christy. Hey, well, hello. If you're still here. Many blessings to you. Good to see you. All right. Butterfly A, you are the next up here, and you'd like a general reading. Absolutely. Let's take a look here. Well, you have the Knight of Pentacles. It's a slowest moving night. There is movement, slow movement in the outside world. I like that you have another knight, though, a faster knight, the Knight of Cups, the emotions. Emotions, are like probably the second fastest or the second slowest because it's usually, I think it's of course, the fiery horse is the fastest, and then the sword horse, the thought can change. Motions sometimes take a little more longer to change, but there is this movement of emotion, movement in your outside world that's coming in here. Um, and you have the Wheel of Fortune too. So you got three movement cards. And of course, we like seeing the Wheel of Fortune because the Wheel of Fortune is things are unfolding, fated events are coming that are in your favor, where even your human feels it's fortunate for you. It's the tune of for you. And even though everything in our life is always for us, our human sometimes doesn't always agree. But in this case, even your human feels like it's unfolding for you. So there's this movement of heart. You're going to see movement, more slow movement in the outside, but you're going to feel emotional movement for sure. But it's a fated event that comes in that is unfolding for you. And with all that movement, I feel like it's, definitely sooner than later. So I feel like, really by the end of April, if not by the end of the middle of the month, it just feels like fast moving that you're about to have uh, this change that happens. So that is what they have for you, butterflies. So many blessings to you. Right. Just look down here, make sure I'm not skipping anybody. Very good, very good. All right. Hello, Barty. If I'm mispronouncing that, my apologies. You'll be the next free reading coming up here, but I do have a donation coming in. Okay, there we go. I was going to say, thank you, Silent Victory. And you want to know, will you get a promotion at work soon? All right. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know around your promotion at your work? All right, let's see what we got here. All right. Well, I do like this for you because you do have this. This is the 5 is the movement number, and this, of course, the 5 of Pentacles. It's actually like this feeling of lack, this feeling of abandonment, and the change of our finances, right? And you have this card here, which this is your human self and your higher self. And as you're going through this, waiting for this promotion, waiting for this change to come in, it's really about realizing it's not humans who bring us what we need in each moment, but it is our higher self. It's the spirit world. That's what this change happens. It moves us from these fears or the feeling out of control because humans are unstable, right? Those human characters we deal with are unstable. And so I feel like before I look at these next two cards, um, that this period of time that they want you to look at is that it's not humans that bring you your promotion. It is higher realm. It's your higher self and cahoots with all of your, what's going to unfold for the your highest experience and everything. That it's them that bring it, and that even, sometimes we can look at bosses or companies and go, they're just ungrateful. They're never going to give me a promotion, blah 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 blah, or something like that, right? It's that belief in the feeling of lack in the human, which is understandable because, like we said, they're unstable. But when we realize, oh, it's you can make things happen where I can't see it here, but you're the one that brings me what I need in each moment. I trust you. It's building that trust. So I like that that message is coming in first here because you do have movement here with the Six of Swords from old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking, letting go of fears and seeing things from a different perspective, moving from choppy waters to calmer waters. So I do feel this is coming in here. And you have the Wheel of Fortune. So this does say that you will get a promotion. I just feel like there's this change of thought and belief and mindset that happens first, where as you release those fears, that's what clears away like a block that you has between you and abundance and you and promotion, that this falls away. And then this is the movement that happens because of it. So I like that for you. And so I would say that that is a yes. It's a matter of the when and the timing is in your hands, though. The more that you release the fears and you have that change of where your trust is, not moving from the human to the higher realms and trusting spirit, going, yeah, letting go of those fears, that removes and allows things to flow towards that. So that is what they have for you right now, Silent Victory. So I thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. And so we will continue back up to the free reading. So Barty, you want to know, is there a new love coming for you, or is your ex-person coming? So is it someone new or someone from your past? Let's take a look here. All right. Yeah, I see someone new coming in here because you have the Page of Cups, which is new love coming in. And you have the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords, swords are our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets. It's known as like the nightmare and insomnia card, which tells me that what helps the new love come in is us looking at our fears we have around love and around losing love, right? So as we release and look at what we have around, the fears we have around a relationship, as we let those go, that's what allows this new to come in here. Because the nine is a hermit's journey. And this is like a time for you to turn inward and really look at, what are these pains and these fears that we have from past relationships or situations, and what can we set free? Because you're almost to the point of exhaustion of trying to live up to the supposed to and the should and the need to and the have to and the musts around a relationship, and you're ready to cut those away and to free yourself from it. Yeah, I don't see the X coming back. I feel it's new, and in the meantime, there's letting go of whatever these fears are that have come up around a relationship, or the control we're trying to have over the relationship, and releasing it more. Because then, as we talk about, when we have so many expectations and fears, and we tell the universe it has to be in here, that person is on back order for 1,000 years. But as we expand and let go of control, we allow the universe to bring in the perfect person for us. And we trust that, right? And so there's this release that's coming with that. So that is what they have for you, Barty. So many, many blessings to you. All right. Just to make sure here, let me see where I'm at. Okay, very good, very good. And Tanya Hikes. Looks like you'll be the next free reading, but I do have a donation. And so, very good. I'm so glad. Many blessings to you, Barty. Hey, Crow's Nest, Jessica. So you want to know Chris's next actions towards you. And will he meet you this weekend to see a movie like you planned? All right, very good. And thank you for your donation. If I did not thank you for that already. All right, wow, okay. So let's take a look here. Next actions for those, and will he meet you this weekend? All right. Okay, we'll come back to those. Let's see if he's going to meet you this weekend. Seven of Pentacles. the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit, um, which that's usually a patience card. It's like timing and waiting. I almost feel like that it's delayed, and I'm not sure if it's like, oh, I'm gonna running late. Can we catch this movie later, or what? Can we go do something else because I can't make that time? I almost feel like that Seven of Pentacles is the, it's keeping score, you know, here, but I feel like it's something moving, um, you know, uh, at a delayed time there. Let's see what their next actions are towards you. See if there's anything else that we have in here. Okay, so it's not bad here. I mean, we've got the Hanged Man, which is another delay type of card that comes in here. But the first card that came out was the Seven of Cups, which is, you know, emotional confusion, which I kind of feel like we already knew that, right? Like they've got this swirl of emotion. I don't feel like they know um, exactly what they want, emotionally. I just feel like they're all over the place there. But they've got the Four of Swords, which is peace of mind. So that's good, right? They've got this stable mind, stable mentality. They're cutting away expectations and they're just really cutting away fears. And so I like that because that means they're, working out their mental fears, um, but they still have all their emotions that are swirling around on the inside. So they're getting their head on straight, is what I feel. And we've got, some positive cards here with the Empress, which is, new birth, abundance, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, sensuality as well. More freedom, though, that's something with both the Four of Swords that these two bring in this energy is letting go of expectations and not trying to, you end up putting, take all the air out of the relationship by expectations and all of that. And it ends up, all the air being taken out of the relationship, right? Um, so I like the freedom of it and allowing things to unfold because too much uh, supposed to's and shoulds and expectations equal disappointment. Kind of, I almost feel like they need a really big flowy type of approach. We have the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is, again, it's abundance, it's overflowingness, it's transformation in the outside world. So it's a victory card, and with both the Empress and both of these, I feel like, it's moving in a direction that's positive. Um, and I feel like it's like, especially with two slow moving cards with the Seven of Pentacles and the Hanged Man, you feel like it's been watching grass grow, and you're like, when is there going to be some, positive movement? You feel like it's like dragging. They're showing me like one of those huge tires that they use like for CrossFit tournaments, whatever, and it's like you're pulling it, and you feel like you have to pull the relationship, and it's like you can stop struggling and just trust that it's unfolding, with it. Um, and again, I feel like there's positive movement. I feel like they're getting their head on straight. Then the emotions will follow here soon, but I just feel like. Um, they just had so much. I'm what I'm feeling. I'm seeing like they had, like the storm was in their mind first, right? They were like their mind was crazy and all over the place, and their emotions, of course. But I feel like their life has become less complicated, and so it's like, okay, that's in alignment. They're showing me like whenever you reset your internet, if you ever do that, and it's like it blinks, and then, okay, one light became solid, the rest of them are still blinking. Then another light goes on, and then the rest are still blinking. I feel like it's slowly coming online, if that makes sense. And that's kind of sums up the energy of it. It's like, okay, well, I'm refreshing my screen and the internet's not back yet, but let me look at the little box, the modem. Okay, okay. Oh, another light is on. So soon all lights will be lit and everything will be running at top speed. But I feel like it feels like waiting forever, and I know. But everything's always perfect. While we're waiting, what do? We work on our self-love, right? The more we work on our self-love, the faster everything else comes into, kicks in. And so um, we look at our fears around losing conditional love. We look at all the supposed tos and the shoulds and the need tos and all that restriction and control that we try to have over it because we've been taught it has to be this way or it's a failure. And it's like, does it? Let's just, like that free flowing, I feel the less you try to hold on to it, the more it'll come to you. It's almost like, you know, they're showing me a lot of images for you. When you come across a cat while you're out walking and you go, oh, come here, kitty, kitty, and they head off in the other direction. It's like, but if we just sit down and let it come to us, then it comes to us. But when we try to get it to come to us, it goes in the other direction. And I kind of feel like that type of energy is there too, is allowing it. If we keep rebooting the modem, it never goes online. It's like it's not happening fast enough. Come on, come on, come on. But if we just let it do its thing, it all turns out right. So that's what they have for you, crow's nest. I know. So I feel like you will get together this weekend. I just feel like they are going to be late, and so you end up changing plans to do something else or a letter another time later. All right. So again, thank you for your donation. Hang in there. Enjoy the journey. Yay. All right, Tanya. Now I think you said here you asked for a general, but then I see that you're asking, should you move out? So we will do that one. Okay, very good. All right. So Tanya, should you move out? Is it for your highest experience to move out of where you're at? What else? Yeah, we've got the Five of Wands here, which, is a conflicting energy, right? I mean, it's like something's about to. But what really decided it for me was this Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles is movement in the outside world. It's movement, usually it's movement up or out. And so, because you're asking that, I feel like this conflicting situation isn't going to resolve itself by staying there. That moving and heading in a different direction is for your highest experience, because sometimes I feel like the Five of Wands energy is a movement and change of energy from, something conflicting to something loving. But I feel like in this one, it's the moving out is what allows energy to change and bring in a peaceful energy for you. So I would say that is an affirmative that it is for your highest to move out for you. So that is what they have for you. So many blessings there. You are very welcome. All right. Let's see. I lost my place. Okay, there I am. All right. Very good, very good. Hey, Jamie Griswold. Welcome, welcome to the Soul family. Thank you for being a new subscriber. Hey, Johnny Blake. You are up next here. So can you ask a yes or no question, please? Yes. I know, I cracked myself up. Let me take a look. Let me shuffle these. And so we'll see if you're going to get a yes or a no. All right. So you got the death card, the death and rebirth card here. So it is a yes and a no that comes in. Um, this is a rebirth. It's a very positive. It's like a phoenix rising from the ashes. So for me, that is a positive card with the energy I feel coming through here because it is about things end on purpose for a purpose, and so it's like for me, and so that is a yes for me. That it's um, I feel like your question does have to do around ending and starting something. This is what this does. A death, it's a renewal, it's a phoenix rising from the ashes. So absolutely, positively, I'm getting a big yes on that. So that is what they have for you, Johnny. So many blessings to you. And Rose with the pink rose picture. Hello, hello. And you like an April monthly reading for you. Let's see. What does Spirit want you to know for your April? Got the Six of Wands. All right. I was going to say, is that it? So you have the Six of Wands, which is a victorious type of energy. Wands is our drive, our ambition, our passion, our inspiration, but it is about being seen or victory, being set apart, and it's like a celebration type of card coming in here. And I like it that you have the Five of Swords. Swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, and I feel like whatever was conflicting thoughts within your own mind or with another individual, usually there's two swords on this side, two swords on this side, and the Ace of Swords is allowing you to see things from a different perspective. And because you are seeing things differently, whatever was conflicting before coming into the month, I feel by the end of April, you do have this change of mind, you have this clarity where instead of going, I'm not sure this or this, you're able to make a clear decision, which brings you victory, which allows things to unfold. You haven't been able to make a decision up to this point because you haven't had all the facts you've needed. You will know. It's going to be a very obvious answer. So if something you've been going back and forth with, we're undecided because we don't have all the information we need to make a decision, but you are going to have it by the end of the month. It's going to be like a no-brainer decision because this last piece of information comes in. You're like, oh, well, I wish I'd have known that before because then this is the answer. That's what I feel is coming in for you for the month because if you're feeling like there's, the Six of Wands came out again. If you feel like there's something, that you've been conflicted with, this is what is resolved. So that's what they have for you, Rose. So many blessings for you. All right. All right. And so we are to Deidre Montez. You are very welcome. I'm glad you enjoyed your reading. And you like a general reading. Anything your spirit team wants you to know. Absolutely. Let's take a look here and see what they have for you. All right. So you have this Knight of Pentacles, which shows that, the outside world is slowly catching up to what you have going on in your insides here. The Queen of Wands shows you really stepping into your power. Wands is your drive, your ambition, your passion, your inspiration. The Queen of Wands really is able to, manage her energy. Where is she investing it? She can super focus it, which allows things to unfold and move forward. Also, she develops this beautiful connection with the spirit world. Normally, there's a black cat on the card, which all the queens roll over their suit, which she rolls over fire, but all the queens are given a second portion of water, which is what allows that intuition, that gut, that connection to the spirit world. So as things slowly make their way to the outside world, you're really seeing and developing your power. Like, where are you investing it? Are you focusing on fears or what you're grateful for? That's changing your energy. It brings different things into your life. But you're also developing your intuition and your connection to spirit, that as you have some decisions to be made that come up, that you tune into your eye in the sky. Woo, and 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 you can make the decisions. You go, should I go left or right? What's for my best? And they go to the right, and then you're like, okay, boom, and then things turn out well for you, and you just have this ability, and then your outside world starts to speed up. It's almost like that. It's in a little bit of a slow motion, like a slow-mo mode, so that you can put these things into practice, and then things start to speed up and you're able to move faster and faster and faster. But it's like spirits wanting you to like be able to practice with it and focus the energy before they turn up the speed, so that it becomes a habit faster, if that makes sense. But that is what they have for you, Deidre, and I dropped a card. Uno momento. That went flying way under there. Okay. But that's what they have for you, Deidre. So I like it. It's really stepping into your power. So many, many blessings to you. All right. Oh, good, Renee. Yeah, please email me for your reading. All right. So Elisa Manzini, you are up next. And you want to know the energy update between F and you. All right. All right. All right. Well, kind of have this little emotional confusion that's going on here, um, with the Seven of Cups. So I feel like they're just not really, they're trying to figure things out. They're trying to get things clear, right? The Eight of Pentacles here, though, does show movement in the outside world. And so, what this means here is that things cannot stay as they are, right? I almost feel, not that you're going to give them an ultimatum, but I just feel like you're at a point that you're like, you know what, it needs to progress. It can't stay the way it is right now. It either needs to go up or out. I'm not. It's almost not like you're losing patience. I feel like you've been overly patient, like extremely patient. And you're like, you know what? I've given you more time and more patience than anybody in my entire life, and I deserve more. And I feel like it's time, right? Yeah. I feel like you're just like, you know what? Not that I think you just, you know, ultimatums feel so, I don't know, they just feel, yeah, right? Um, I feel like you're just kind of um, I don't even know if you even communicated. I just feel like you're just like, you know what? I'm not going to grasp onto it anymore. It's like, what's that saying, right? Um, it's like a bird. You let it go, and if it comes back, it's, it's meant to be. And you're just like, I'm not going to try anymore. Or what do they say? You release it, and if it's meant, it comes back, and if not, you go hunt it down. No, you don't do that. But you're like letting it. I'm just going to stop. I'm not going to be the one that's pouring everything into it and doing everything. I'm just like, you know what? I'm done overbalancing, right? Yeah. And then, so if it comes back, yeah, surely hunt it down. Yeah. Nah, let it go. Yeah. And I like that. It's like, you were more than patient, and you can invest your energy in something else. So I like it. You guys crack me up. But that's what they have for you, Lisa. So I like it. You're just like, yeah, I like that recognition that you have been more than patient and you've been investing enough. You don't need to do it anymore. So that's what they have. So much love to you. Many blessings to you, Elisa. All right, Benita Bala, you are up next. You want to know, does Gurpreet miss you? Let's take a look here and see what's going on with this Gurpreet. We have the Three of Swords is disappointment. I don't feel like have these missing feelings here. I just feel like they're disappointed, like they had expectations, and they wanted things to be a certain way, but it didn't turn out right. And I feel this has to do around. We've got the Four of Wands, which can be a marriage card. It's a joy and celebration card, but it's a marriage card. And I feel like there's this, especially with the Nine of Swords here too. The Nine of Swords is the nightmare and insomnia card, which is a lot of fears, a lot of supposed tos, a lot of shoulds, a lot of need tos. And I almost feel it's kind of like relieved. Um, it's, there's this, when we have if we ever feel we have ourselves under a lot of pressure, like we have a lot of fears and a lot of supposed tos and shoulds and need tos, and we're either in a arrangement or dating or whatever it might be, and we just we have these fears we're going to fail and we're not going to be enough and we're going to get rejected and we're going to get um, disappointed in everything, that when something ends, we get like this relief of like, I'm not in that situation anymore. And it's, it's like almost like a false sense of relief. It's like, I don't know whether to tell me this. If you have ever been in school where you had to give up and do a speech or something, and you have all this anxiety, like, oh, I'm going to be next. And then we run out of time. Well, next class you're going to have to do it, but at least momentarily there's like this relief feeling. I feel like this is what has happened. They had a lot of fears and a lot of anxiety around relationship and being disappointed and betrayed and abandoned and different things like that. And that's what I feel they have here. It's not like they miss, it's just that they are relieved. There's just this relieved feeling. Um, and it's not personal. It has to do with their fears they've had from growing up around relationship and fear of failing and fear of being rejected and all of that, that they feel like when they're out of a situation, "Oh, okay, I'm safe for now." It's that kind of feeling there. So I don't feel like they have so many fears. I just feel like they just are um, scared a lot about relationship because of their past. And so I don't feel like they miss people at this point in their life because they have so many fears that they focus in on, if that makes sense. So I would try not to take it personally. I just feel like they have like this anxiety ridden life, and they just have this relief when they can be off by themselves almost. It's like a huge introvert energy that I'm feeling, um, if that makes sense. But that's what's coming through Benita. So I don't feel like they miss anyone. I feel like they would just much rather be off by themselves, if that makes sense. So hang in there. Many blessings to you. All right. Let me just make sure I'm not missing. Oh, sorry, I jumped up really quick here. All right, Shirley Mador, you will be up next here. All right, very good. Okay, thank you guys for letting them know here. So you want to know, what are Leo's intentions towards you? All right, let's take a look here. Roar, roar, roar. Okay, what else? Well, well, you'll probably know this because they're kind of being a little vague, but the Eight of Pentacles means they want movement in the physical world. And we have the Ace of Cups, which is new love. So, and then they gave me the Moon because I was like, well, is this, is this movement towards you in love or movement away for new love? It's like it can go either way. Which one is it? And then the clarifier is the Moon, the hidden, the unknown, the reflection. But it's also connecting to spirit, and I feel like which direction this is. It's either towards you or away from you, with those there, um, and I'm not getting energy in either direction, which happens sometimes, especially when I get an unknown hidden, card. They're like, you'll know, trust your gut, trust your instinct. But yeah, I mean, that's what's kind of coming through there, which, like I said, is I feel like you will know which direction that it's headed, which is interesting. Yeah, but it's so slow. Turtle mode. Yeah. So at least you know that it's like, yeah, it's eventually happening there. But I feel like usually the Eight of Pentacles um, is like movement about to happen. So it's not so much like delayed. So maybe something's about to kick into gear here. Maybe the fire energy. Well, yeah. Well, Leo energy too is focused on self, right? So um, that makes sense. Well, maybe we'll soon see. Oh, you're gonna see me in Phoenix. Okay, good. So um, it seems like things are moving there. All right, Olivia, thank you so much for your donation. Maybe before you die. Yeah, hopefully so. You're so funny. So, Olivia, thank you for your donation. And will your friendship with Dave develop into a relationship? And will you really go out of town to Kentucky in June? So confused. I hear you. Let's take a look here. Well, okay, wow. All right. Well, the first card, as far as will it develop into a relationship, we have the Wheel of Fortune. And so the wheels do turn, for you with that. So you can trust that whatever unfolds is definitely for you. Um, you know, you've got the Four of Cups and the Four of Swords. This is mental stability, emotional stability. So it's like so confused. I feel like things will really stabilize for you in both your emotions and your mind here. So I feel like things will become very clear for you very, very soon here. I like the stability that comes in with both heart and mind around the situation here. I know you got the Temperance card, which is the slow, tempering is where it goes back and forth between, this cup and this cup. Let's see if I can get it to, but it takes time for it to go back and forth and back and forth. Um, no flirting. Well, Um, but you have these two major arcana, so it's things unfold. It goes back and forth, and so that's the patience card. That makes sense now that I see you're saying here too. Is the tempering? It slowly transforms from the base metal into gold. It's like it takes its time. It takes its time going through. The Tower card tells you that whatever is meant for you, it comes in for you here, and with that, the Wheel of Fortune, that's the fated event. But what is removed out of your life is removed out of your life for you to make space for the new and to have this path come in. And I feel like this is something that happened before. Like you might have had a relationship that ended before you met him, and you just know that all this happens, unfolds. It's this beautiful, actually the Wheel of Fortune and the Tower card, they go so well together because it's about fated events and trusting that what is meant for us never passes us by. We can trust that what comes into our life does come in for us, and anything that's moved out of our life is moved out of our life for us to make room for something better in our life. And I kind of feel like that's what has happened. Um, and you do have the Ten of Wands and the Ace of the Magician, which has the like an Ace of Wands. He holds the magic wand. And so there is this energy that ends and begins with you guys. And this is passion. This is movement here. Is patience, I don't think, is any of our strong suit. And it makes sense, on the other side, and that makes total sense. I've never thought of this before. Why is our human so impatient? Well, on the other side, our true higher self, we don't have to have patience. When we want to be somewhere, we're there. Psh, we don't have to journey and go anywhere. And we also, we want to know something, psh, we know it. That's how powerful the spiritual world is. One of the things that draws us to this planet is that we get to journey and take steps to go somewhere because we don't get to experience it over there. But it definitely makes sense of why we're impatient, because we over there we can just and we're there. But like learning patience and learning this movement definitely comes here. So I really feel like with this Ten of Wands and the Magician, when we were, because those were for an Are You Really Going Out of Town to Kentucky in June? I feel like there's a change of plans. The Ten of Wands is like an ending of one energy and the beginning of something new. I feel like you might uh, the plans change, but they still things do still happen because this Magician card is the divine masculine energy of movement and action. So I do feel like things will speed up here for you because that Ten of Wands is a lot of fiery, passionate energy that does get you know movement there. Um, yeah, this the slowness of it there. I wonder. Let me take a look here and see why are they slow at moving and moving forward in the physical world. See if they'll give us anything. Anything. Bueller. Let me recharge these real quick. Yeah. Well, we have the Seven of Pentacles. What's the last thing that grows on the fruit tree? Fruit. A patience card. But you do have joy and celebration and that. So they're not telling us why. Actually, I want to grab here and thank you guys for your patience here. But I want to pull from the Enchanted Map Oracle for you. Oh, you got the number one, the Magician card again. Yeah, he will reveal it. He's going to take action. You know, the number one is the Magician card. The Bone Collector here. Let me see what the, yeah, you are whole and have everything you need within. Because when the Bone Collector appears, she's asking you to look closely at your circumstances to see if you're fully present or reacting out of a past conditioning and unconscious expectations. Whenever we're wounded, especially when we're young, it's as if something essential is stolen from us. We adapt and accept a particular version of the truth that then sets us up to behave a certain way in the future when faced with a situation that reminds us of the original event. What we know about ourselves thus becomes influenced by a perception of limitation. You may feel unworthy or without courage. You may see yourself as flawed or unlovable or expect to be criticized. No matter what your question, the Bone Collector reminds you that the truth is that you are a powerful being with limitless possibilities. She has kept safe what was stolen from you in the wounding and is here for you as you reclaim it now. You have everything you believe you lack, and the Bone Collector is your inner resource. Act as if what you need, oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. Act as if you have what you need, and you'll find you have it after all. Anything is possible. With awareness, the wounds of the past need not define you. So they're telling me that, you know, the reason why we have this, you know, the slowness happen is for us and for them to, for us to work on our self-love. You know, if there's, we cannot love others more than the extent we love ourselves, nor receive love from others more than to the extent we love ourselves. So when we work on our self-love and any wounds that are in there from the past, they will resurface in a relationship. And the reason the relationship's not moving is because we don't want to do what we've always done and get what we've always gotten. Spirit is going, slowed it down into slow-mo, you know, frame by frame, like a movie going, oh my God. But it's happening so that we can release things and not bring them into this relationship. And so while we're waiting for things to unfold and things going slow, it is time for us to look at those wounds, those things that happened, you know, those pains, those beliefs we have around overgiving, you know, whatever is below there bubbling underneath the subconscious. It's some things that want to be seen and be transformed so that they don't come in and impact the relationship. So that's what they have for you, Olivia. And many, many blessings to you. Hang in there. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy the step by step. Because the more you work on your self-love and the more energy you put into it, the faster things speed up. So that's what is important to know too. It's like you hold the controller for the movie. You can speed it up by focusing in on your self-love. So there we go. So many blessings to you. All right. Antonella, you know, I have a pendulum that I haven't done anything with yet. So maybe in the future, but if you have a question, we can do, you know, if you want to do a yes or no, we can do cards that way, which I'll do for you now in case you are still here. And let's see what we have here. Yeah, I don't think these were, because we're going to do like a one card, kind of a pendulum goes in one direction. Is it a yes or a no? And because it's all the same energy, it's just a different way of how we do about it. But I understand that we like things certain ways. All right. So you have the Nine of Pentacles, which would be definitely a abundance card. It is an internal abundance card, though, because it's the Hermit's journey. It's finding what we need within ourselves, but it is a positive card. So if you were looking for like a yes or a no, that would be a yes. It's an abundance card. So that is what they have for you right now, but it's something to consider. Maybe I'll do some pendulum here in the future. Actually, I think I even have a pendulum mat that someone gave me. So we'll check that out. All right. Diversify, right? Okay. Hey, all right. I think up next here we have Cheery. You wanted some angel guidance here. All right. Well, it looks here you are in the process of leaving behind some emotions that no longer serve you here with the Eight of Cups. And I feel like this is about really choosing to leave some relationships behind. This Libra full moon energy is about relationships and the balancing of things. So if you haven't checked out the Libra full moon pick a card that I posted yesterday, check that out because I feel like you are ready to let someone go, someone from the past that had some emotions that served you and ready to go. The Four of Wands represents like celebration, joy. Um, it's a very stabilized energy. It's wedding too. And I feel like if you have a wedding that you're invited to, go, because like you're letting things go here, and this is allowing some freedom for you to really enjoy yourself and allow things to flow, if that makes sense. But it is a celebration. Or if it's not a wedding, if it's some sort of party or get together that you were invited to, and I feel like if there's someone else that's invited there too, that you have some old emotions with, that you're pouring out those emotions and you're just ready to leave those go behind, and you're not going to let it stop you from going and enjoying yourself, if that makes sense. So that is what they have for you, Cherry. So many blessings to you. And up next, we have Sammy Lee. So for your free question, is the Gemini male a secret admirer? Ooh, let's find out here. Are they your secret Santa? I'm just kidding. Secret admirer. I don't know why they said that, but. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is the only card. So this Two of Wands here, Gemini, right? The two different energies of the Gemini. So they're your secret admirer sometimes. Depends on which personality they're in, because Geminis are the twins, right? And so when they're in one mindset, they are. When they're in another mindset, they're not, which is very Gemini. So yes and no. You like it. If you don't like that, get used to it if you're interested in them, because they will switch on you. One moment they're psh, and the next moment psh, 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 psh. So that's funny, but they are. That's an affirmative on your question there, kind of, right? All right. So many blessings to you, Sammy Lee. All right. And thank you, Shirley, for liking, and thank you guys for all the thumbs up that you've given the video. I don't thank you guys enough. It's something free you can do, and it seems something small, but the YouTube algorithm loves it, and it helps spread the Zen love. So thank you guys so much, all of you that have hit the thumbs up button, because it does help spread the Zen love, and you're part of the love tsunami. So thank you guys so much. That looks good. That looks good there. All right. The real Hadiza. Hello, hello. And you want to know, what is your future husband's sun sign, moon sign, and ascendant sign and initials? You wish. That's what your spirit guide said. You wish that they would spoil the surprise and give you all the deets on them, right? So sun sign, you have they'll give you the water, so they are a water sign here. They'll give you that much, and the moon sign, they're going to give you the Four of Wands, which is of course fire. So you have a fire moon and a water sun, and they're like, that is what they will give you. They're being very hilarious with you, which you may not think is hilarious, but I know you do. They're just like, oh no, this is a scavenger hunt. We're not going to be giving you everything. We want you to enjoy the process and the journey, which will give you those, water sign sun, fire sign moon. No ascendant, no initials. But this is what they'll give you right now. Just a little bit, just enough to keep you thirsty for it. But they're just like, enjoy the journey, enjoy the journey. So take it up with your spirit guides. They are being sassy. All right. Many blessings to you. All right. Hey, Ashika. Good to see you. You want to know, how is the remainder of April going for you? So let's take a look here. How's the remainder of April going for you? All right. What else? All right. So you've got the Two of Pentacles, which is this balancing in the outside world. And you have the Queen of Cups, which she rolls over emotion and water, but she also is given a second portion of water. So this is about trusting your intuition, trusting your emotions, diving deep. And I feel like April is a month for you of really balancing your outside world and your upper world, because that's what the Two of Pentacles can be, is like usually there's like a infinity symbol, and there's like one coin up there and one coin down here, and it's bringing the heavens and the earth into balance here. And so it's important for you to really look and get grounded, grounding your emotions, but also not being too grounded. So they're showing me a tree with roots, and so like a tree that is just roots and doesn't have anything reaching to the heavens doesn't bear any fruit, right? It's just roots. But a tree that is all heavens and no roots, the tree falls over. But a tree that has roots and branches reaching, grounding into the earth and reaching toward the heavens is fruitful. And so that's the balance they're saying. It's for the month of April, really focusing on not being too heavenly minded that you're no earthly good and the tree falls over, not being too earthly minded without any reaching to the heavens because there's no fruit, but there's a beautiful balance between the two. So that's what they have for you right now, Ashika, is this beautiful connecting to the heavens, but staying grounded upon the earth and having a wonderful ebb and flow between the two. And that is what they are looking, or that they want to let you know is this beautiful transformation, or this beautiful ebb and flow in the month of April for you. All right. You guys are so funny. All right. So I'm just reading here to make sure. Okay, that was retracted. All right. So, Allrod, you want to know, will your dream come true soon? And what would you need to do? All right, let's take a look here and see what they have here. So it's not going to come true super soon because you have the Seven of Pentacles, which is one of the patience cards. What's the last thing that grows on the fruit tree? The fruit. So there's some time that's coming in here. What do you need to do? You do have the Hermit card, which is about spending time with you, making sure you're doing your, inner journey, allowing spirit to guide you on your inner path. And you do have the Eight of Cups, which part of the path that they want you to, go on here is about letting go of emotions that no longer serve you. Even letting go of some people and relationships that no longer serve you, because that is what is needed to release. And during this period of time, during this, while things are growing, going slow, that they're going slow for you to be able to do this here. And I really feel here too, sometimes the Son of Pentacles, what this means is when the fruit starts to grow, you change your mind on what your dream coming true is as well. Once this stuff happens, um, sometimes we'll start to see the apples grow on the apple orchard, and we're like, apples? Is it apples I really wanted? And like, oh yeah, everyone was telling me they wanted applesauce and apple fritters and apple pie and apple juice. So that's why I was growing apples. But I like guacamole and I want guacamole. You know what? I'm switching. I'm going to sell this apple orchard and I'm buying an avocado orchard because I'm going to make guacamole. And so it could be that there's this change too that happens as you're going through and you're doing this inner releasing, that there's a change of what this dream is that you want to have come true as well. So that is what they have for you, all Rod. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. All right. And double, triple, quadruple X. Haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. You want to ask, why do you feel stuck and nothing much happening? All right, let's take a look here and see what Spirit has for you here. So why are you feeling? Oh, that's funny. This card got stuck on my ring. Well, let's find out. What is happening? Why are you feeling stuck? Okay, well, that makes sense. Well, the card that got stuck was this Ten of Pentacles, which feels like there's this transformation that's happening in your outside world. The Ten of Pentacles normally means abundance, but it can also mean endings and new beginnings happening in your outside world, which you do have the Empress, which is new birth, new beginnings that are coming as well. Both of them take time. Both of them take fruition. Takes time for a caterpillar to turn to butterfly. It takes time for, someone to have a baby growing in them and birthing. And so there is this new birth, this new stuff that's coming in here. And you do have the Justice card too, which is the balancing of things. Things are balancing out. The Ace of Swords, feeling stuck, something that can happen here, while we're waiting for all this birthing to happen. The Ace of Swords here allows you to connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm, which also allows you to cut away some thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, these fears of losing conditional love. And it feels like there's this clarity that's coming into your life. The caterpillar had this life and it thought this was the life it was supposed to have. And then there's this urge. I feel like you're being drawn away from and higher to this place. Like a caterpillar gets drawn just to a tree branch, and it wants to build the cocoon. It's just naturally, it's being drawn to build this cocoon. And then it starts to dissolve and it starts transforming into the butterfly. And then, but it goes through that movement, this moving away, this cutting away of things is where I feel you're in this process. And it feels like you're stuck and nothing much happening, but especially with two major arcana, I feel like this is going to be a significant transformation for you where you are letting things go. Like maybe things are not happening in the outside, but I feel like you're mentally cutting away thoughts and beliefs that no longer serve you, and then emotions are next, and then physical things start to happen out there. So that is what I feel is happening there, for you, double, triple, quadruple X, that there is some movement away. Um, that you're being drawn, though. If you feel that, you're letting go of mindsets. Things are not comfortable anymore, and you're wanting to get rid of them. You're wanting to purge. You're wanting to transform. And I feel like this is, you're being brought to this place in your life. So that is what they have for you. All right. I think we did all those. We did all those. Nice try, Hadisa. All right. Hey, VD Jalan, thank you so much for your donation. And you want to know, you'd like to know why you are so bothered by the Capricorn, like he's so much on your mind and you just don't want that. You consider him a close friend of yours. All right. Let's take a look here and see what Spirit has there for you. And is it mutual? Let's get a little more clarity here. Okay. So, why are you so bothered by them? It makes sense here. I mean, you've got the, why is he so much on your mind? Well, you've got the Knight of Swords and the Justice card, which is the swords. You're really, you know, you've got the Lovers card here too. So, you consider him a close friend of yours, but there's these thoughts and these beliefs here. And I just feel like there's this, these are the fears of losing conditional love, right? And it can be friendship. Lovers card can be friendships. It can be, romantic lovers or family or whatever. But there's this fear here, and it's like a close friend, but they're on your mind. There's some subconscious things that are bouncing around, some fears of losing a friendship, of losing a love. And I feel like there's these underlying movement of thought and belief, these fears that are bubbling up to the surface around this. So you might have some, even though you're saying that, like they're a close friend, and maybe you have these emotions that are wanting to be expressed, and that's what's showing up, especially if you're having dreams. That will be what happens next, is that while your mind is asleep, your subconscious is going to go boom, here's some dreams to help process these emotions that are bubbling under the surface. So if you haven't had dreams, I feel like you will. Yeah, are the energies mutual? Does he consider you someone important, trustworthy? I I feel here he's very hermity here. He's got the Hermit card and the Nine of Wands. There's this energy that keeps him, like this block that keeps him from moving forward, which he's got the Five of Cups here, which means he's got some past pains and some past emotional turmoil that keeps him from moving forward, that keeps him from even recognizing it. Because normally there's like two cups behind and three cups spilt, and the tension is on the three cups spilt where they don't even see the two cups behind them, which would be like lovers or relationship type of stuff. So I don't feel like they've got the Two of Wands energy too here, which is where they focus their energy is what grows and expands. and I feel like they are very focused internally and focused on their emotions. So I don't feel like they're fast to share their heart. I feel like again with that Nine of Wands and the Hermit both there, that there's this huge um, like this energy that just keeps them confined and doesn't allow them. It's like they want to feel safe, and so they don't open their heart very far to people because of that. And so they keep to themselves. They keep their emotions very close to themselves. So um, let me see here. Let me get some advice from Spirit here. So what advice do you have around this? Okay. Yeah. So for you, their advice here, you have the Page of Pentacles, which is about look at your worth. It's about looking at your worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way. Because you got the Three of Swords, which this is the fear of being heartbroken, and you have the Three of Cups, which is can be like a third party situation, with these threes. And I feel this might be the underlying fear that's coming in here, is that you're afraid, maybe at a lower level, that you're going to lose their friendship to someone else, and that it's been really bubbling underneath there under the surface here. Because you have the King of Cups, which rules over emotion but is balanced by the mind. And I feel like there's this, there's this connecting to the higher love here, connecting to, the King of Cups offers you the Ace of Cups, which is the higher love. And, you even have the little heart pendant around the neck here, which is, yeah. And then looking into the fears of why you fear you'll lose someone. What does it mean? What do you fear? Does it mean something about you? But the Ace of Cups allows you to connect to the higher realms, and it allows you to find the love that we're really looking for, the eternal, unconditional love. Eternal never ends, unconditional, we can never lose it. It's the stable love we find on the inside, inward and upward. So the King of Cups is offering you that, whereas the outside, it is disappointing. And that's why we fear it, because people do change, people do pass away, people do walk away. Humans, unstable love, temporary, unstable love. So if we're looking for something solid and eternal and forever, it's turning inward and upward is where we find it. But this is the journey, definitely, with all that, the swords and the temperance. It's all about understanding the fears of losing conditional love. Where are those fears? Why do we fear it? What do we feel it means about us? It's the freedom that comes through that. That is the Capricorn energy too. Capricorn in the Major Arcana is the Devil card, which shakes and rattles our cage, has us face these beliefs we've had all our life, that allows us to free ourselves from the cage of all the thoughts and beliefs that we've had in our life. So that's what they have for you, VD. I know that. But there's freedom at the other side of it, and it's divine that you guys are in each other's life, because they're a beautiful mirror for you, so to help you free yourself from that. And there's wonderful things on the other side of it. Yeah, I know you get it. Perfect. All right. Thank you again for your donation. All right, Kavita, divine message for you. So let's take a look here. What does Spirit wants you to know? All right. Oh, yay. So Kavita, you've got the Temperance card here, which is the balancing, the tempering between the cups, things are transforming in your life, but they're taking their good old time with it. But the reason why it's happening while it's in slow-mo is because you do have the transformation card, one of them. 10 of swords. Swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your expectations. And it's the cutting away of the thoughts and the expectations that have, kept you, from, it's almost to the point of exhaustion. Usually there's someone here down with 10 swords in their back and they're exhausted. They're not dead, but they've been trying, so hard to live up to all the supposed tos, the shoulds, the need tos, the have tos, and the musts, that they're just sick and tired of being sick and tired, and they're ready to release themselves from these fears that are coming in. And so that's what's happening. While it's going slow, things are slowed down so you can be cutting away these things because you're tired of doing what you've always did and getting what you've always gotten. And it's these fears that have been keeping you in this loop that you're just like, I am done. And you are. And this is a beautiful card to get because you're transforming your thoughts and beliefs around yourself, around the world, around others, around situations, whatever it is. You're cutting away so many things, and it is transformative. It's changing you, it's giving you new perspective on life, but it is taking its time. But that's what happens with tempering. We do get these takes time for the base metal to turn into gold, but it's like it takes its time. It's well worth it, but it does take time to get there. So hang in there, Kavita. I know. All right, everybody. I know I see a couple extra questions, but I've been on for 2.5 hours and almost 3 hours, so I do need to end the session for today. The good news, though, is that I will be back tomorrow morning. I do start my 2 times a day, so I do need to balance. I do want to make sure everyone is aware. I do have a weekly giveaway on Mondays. So if you haven't checked that out, here is the link. See, I need to go. The link for the video on how you can get into that. I'm going to give away a 1-hour personal recorded reading on Monday. And then also I have information on the monthly giveaway that I'm going to start up. So be sure to check that out. And also, I wanted to make sure everyone knew Spring is offering a 25% off all of the merchandise through April 17th. So if you wanted to get any of the merchandise off my merch page, it is on sale, and it's all them that's taking the 25% off. So it doesn't impact what amount they give me. So if you want to check that out. Also, we had some Libra full moon energy. Here's the pick a card for that. If you want to see, it was about where can you use balance in relationships. So that was a really cool pick a card. And then also, if you haven't checked out your April monthly reading yet for each individual zodiac sign, that's the playlist for that. And if you want to know about love and relationships, you can check out your moon sign for your emotions to get messages about that, or your Venus sign, because that's the planet of love. Also, feminine energy. So if you want to know about a feminine energy, if you want to know about masculine energy, you can check out your Mars planet sign. And that's also about authority. So depending on which planet you're wanting and finding out what side of your life, it's like looking at all these different windows. So you can check those out. And I think those are it. I also have a ton of other pick a card readings and some other free content. If you check out my main page at bruddaZEN Mystic Tarot, you can just click on my name at the top or wherever, and it'll take you over to the main page, and it has all my playlists. So that is what we have for this evening. Again, thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up that you give the video. I am here Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. So I'll be back tomorrow morning, like I said, and then also Wednesday through Sunday nights at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. So a lot of time I'll be here this weekend. So hopefully I'll see you guys. But until I see you again, please know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you guys again, much love to you. Hang in there. Have a great rest of your day or night, wherever you're at in the world, and we'll see you soon. Till then, you take care. Yep, Kavita, I did complete it. You may just rewind a little bit there. You were the last one that I completed. So, guys, take care.